Hey everyone, it's AJ from Pixelize, and in today's video I want to show you how to create a WordPress blueprint. And the reason why you want to have a blueprint for your WordPress is because you want to save yourself a lot of time. Instead of keep re-uploading all the plugins that you have and all the fonts and whatever you have created as a default setup, you could use a blueprint and everything will be there for you. Now, what I do is I use a local by flywheel to work on a local environment, and that's what everyone should be doing, working on a local environment, not on a live host when you build a website. Okay, because you should be running a few tests, checks before it goes live. So maybe in the next tutorial, I will show you how to do a migration manually from a local to a live server without using plugin, which what you should be doing, manually migrate them. It's very easy and simple, but let me quickly show you how to do a blueprint. So this is where my default setup is created, as you can see by the name default setup. So I have uploaded Bricks theme, uh, CrocoBlock plugin as well. As you can tell, there's one more plugin. If I want more plugins, I could add this, and this blueprint will always have everything as a default setup for me to use for the next project. Now, once you create this, all you do is this way. You just add a new website as usual. Once that is added, you press to start the site. Once that is started, then you click right on the mouse and it says save as a blueprint. Okay. You name it whatever you want to name it. Make sure you put a blueprint so you know it is a blueprint. Once that is saved, you go to your blueprints here. And over here, you can see there's one blueprint and you could have a look at the details. It says when it was created. So I created this last night. It tells me all the information. So it's not headless, no multi-site. I might do a video on headless CMS for WordPress. It's very simple and easy. But I would say you would need to use something like a framework like a Vue.js because that's where the headless power comes in. It's basically what headless CMS is. You're separating the backend and the front end. So backend is always a business logic, front end is a client usage, right? And you separate them. So you would use an API to pass the data across and so on. And you could take your front end to any, service provider for cloud hosting and so on, and just connect any database with your front end, right? Uh, as you can tell here, there's a install plugins, BrickForge, CrocoBlock, Wizard, Jet Engine, and the theme is Brick's child theme. If you're gonna add any custom code, make sure you use the child theme and not the main parent, because if you use the main parent, then at that point, any code you added and the update comes in will be overridden. So that's why you'll be using child theme, because once the main theme is updated, the parent theme, it will pass the update, but it will not override them on the child theme. It will inherit the things that it needs to inherit. The rest will be separated. Okay, that's probably the best way. So you could see details, you could rename it, or you could delete them. Now let's create a fake website, right? So instead of saying create new site, you go create from a blueprint. Continue. Yes, that's the blueprint we want to use. Name you right the keyboard YouTube. What the hell? YouTube tutorials. If you press advanced, you could change the domain name here from .local to .co.uk or .com as well, where it's set up. We're not going to do this. Let's create a site from blueprint. Now it's going to use those files from a blueprint that's already been pre-made and saved up. It's going to be using it for the new website. So you could tell already it's saving us shit ton of time. There's no other way to put it. We don't have to go in and log in, get a key license for one of the themes you bought or one of the plugins you bought. Even if you're doing custom coding, you could build a headless CMS with React or Vue.js on Angular. All the blueprint will be saved up, so it's all ready and go for you for the next projects. And that way you could speed up your workflow. While this is uploaded, you could have a cup of tea, coffee, or do other bits. Doesn't take that long. It might take a little bit longer for me because I'm recording at the same time, but as you can tell, it's going pretty quite fast. And what it will do, everything that is set up on the default setup, which is here, everything that is set up here, it will be passed on over here. So that blueprint inherits whatever the default setup has. So if I change something or add another plugin, it will inherit that extra thing. Okay. So for the next project, it will be passed on to the next project, right? So if I add, let's say, SEO Yoast to the default setup, the blueprint will inherit this. When I open a new project, it will then be added to the new project. Right, it's nearly done. Here we go. I thought it's gonna cancel on me. You know when you got 99%, nearly 100, and boom, cancel. Computer says no. Right, so let's get this started. Come on, buddy. So it's preparing everything, starting to set up the site service. Like I said, it takes a little bit longer on my end because I'm recording at the same time. So it's gonna take power of doing it. Right, so I need to confirm it. Where is the confirmation? Yes. Okay. In a sec, it should be done. Important database as well. So again, database quite simple. If people get confused with database and how it works, I could do the tutorial on this for WordPress, and also how we're going to be migrating manually from a local environment to a live server. I'm going to show you how to get a database as well. And if that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments, and I will show how the migration works on my next project on a client that I'm working on. So yeah, that'd be quite good for you to learn. You shouldn't be using plugins like all-in-one migration. It's pointless. Waste of money, waste of time, where it takes less than a minute to do it. And you don't have to be a techie guy. This channel is built for people that are not techie, to guide you and show you how things are done. Yes, you're changing domain site name, great. Come on, buddy. This is what happens when you record and use the local server. It slows things down, so it takes a little bit longer. But when you don't record, it goes pretty fast. What is this doing now? I think it's done. Yeah, site created. So we have it over here. So what I'm going to do, problem is, I'm not too sure why I save as a password for that. So I'm guessing, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the other way around, because I need to get a password for that. So let's go before. Let's end this. Stop the site. Just in case you don't know what your username and password is, I'm going to quickly show you. I'm going to use a database where your user is sitting. And I think is set up. That's live. Good. Open. Uh, trust. Forgot about that. Yes. Trusted. There you go. There you go. You can see this is the database, and if you go to users, so the prefix is always WP and whatever. Let's select breaks form submission. You have it here. Select data. Yep, I thought that would be the case. And you can tell the password looks like a random string. So what this is hashtagged. So every time you sign up as a new user, it will pass this. Well, let's say your password is 123 password. It will take to hash value. It will change it to a random string. It's hard to hack it. And when you log in after you sign up, it will change it back to what you have because it knows how to do it. So you don't have to figure it out. It does it for you. It's quite a good way to have a security. Now let's go to Open WP admin. Yep. For this video is going to be shorter, but I think because I'm recording it locally. As you can see, everything, no, I don't need this. Everything is already installed. Again, if I wasn't recording it, it would have been a lot faster. But the whole point of showing you the blueprint is to save you shit ton of time from re-uploading plugins that you want to use, or maybe theme you have, or fonts that you're going to be using same for clients. You could have the same layout, same structure for a website for one client to compare to your 11th client, right? So why you want to rebuild it where you could re-upload something, just change the content? Saves you a lot of time. So hopefully this helps you and it was easy to follow. But if you do want to learn how to migrate a WordPress from your local environment to a live server manually without any plugins, which is pretty easy, straightforward, I could do that tutorial next as I have a project coming up, so might as well do it. If that's something you're interested to learn, let me know in the comments. And obviously share the channel with others. This channel is built for people that are non-techie to help you grow and learn more.